I made healthy brownies out of this can of black beans. These are better than traditional brownies that use eggs and butter and refined sugar. You can really feel good about eating these. These are so good. You'd never know there are black beans in these brownies. Lots of great fiber, protein, and other nutrients too from the beans. Grab your food processor. These come together so easily. First step, one 15-ounce can of black beans drained and rinsed, which is about 1.5 cups or 250 grams. Black beans going in. These are going to be naturally sweetened with dates. You want to get the nice soft squishy medjool dates if you can. These ones are nice and soft. If they're not soft though, you can pour some boiling water on top of them and let them sit for about 10 minutes in the hot water and they should soften right up. This is 1 cup or 180 grams. Make sure if they have pits in them like mine do, you just remove the pits. And even if you have pitted dates, always check your dates. We've got some almond butter. You could use another nut or seed butter. The almond butter I just think works really nicely in this recipe. You want to have a nice drippy nut or seed butter. This is 2 tablespoons almond butter or 30 mils. Not a lot, just a little. Give us that bit more richness. And now we have cocoa powder, 3/4 cup, 72 grams. I'm using Dutch processed cocoa powder. It has this rich chocolatey flavor. Getting in there, a little bit of vanilla for flavor, 2 teaspoons. I like vanilla a lot. The cap is actually a teaspoon, just a little trick there. Some maple syrup. You can adjust to your sweetness preference. I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons. I'm just going to put some of this in here and I might add that last bit or even some more depending. It's based on your preference. And then 3/4 teaspoon baking powder. This is close to 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm using this amount because my beans were not salted. So if you have salted beans, you might want to cut that down to 1/4 teaspoon. And then we have a little non-dairy milk. Here I'm using soy milk. This is my milk of choice. It's just soybeans and water. I get this one from Trader Joe's. You can use whatever non-dairy milk you like. I started out with 1/3 cup, that added more to adjust the consistency. Okay. And now we're just going to pulse a few times. Oh, it'd be helpful if we plugged it in. Okay, taste it. So I am going to use the rest of this maple syrup. It's another tablespoon, so that's 3 tablespoons, 45 grams. I ended up with 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons or 150 mils of non-dairy milk. Stop and scrape down the sides a little bit as you go. That's looking pretty good. That's the consistency we're looking for. It's spreadable, but it doesn't quite fall off the spoon or spatula as it were. Add some chocolate chips. I'm going to use these chocolate chips. That's going to add some additional sweetness. You can do as little as or as much as you want. You can use refined sugar-free chocolate chips. I have these ones. They're coconut sugar sweetened. There are also some date sweetened. Those are really good as well. Pulse a couple times to mix them in. Probably about 1/4 cup. Do as little or as much as you want. Got an 8x8 square pan. I'm just going to lay down some parchment paper here. What I like to do is crinkle it up so it'll be easier to manage. Parchment paper makes it easy to get the brownies out of the pan, and then we don't have to use added oil. Although I did spritz the pan with a little avocado oil spray just to keep the parchment in place. Helps make it easier to spread the brownie batter out. Okay, you could literally enjoy this without cooking it at all. In fact, I make no-bake brownie balls with a slight variation of this recipe. I'll be sharing that soon, so be sure to click the subscribe button and then the bell icon so you catch that video when it drops. This is a super thick batter. Spread the batter out to the corners and the sides. Smooth it out. Make sure it's even so it'll bake evenly. And then we're going to have some toppings as well, which are optional. So that's looking pretty good. Topping with some raw walnuts, just breaking those up a little bit. And I'm going to add some chocolate chips here. Add as many and as little as you like. And let's also just do a little bit of flaky sea salt. Brings out the flavors and the chocolatiness, just a tiny bit, not much at all. Pat them down a little bit so they go into the batter a little bit. That way the chips don't burn and they stay on top of the brownie. And now we're ready to bake. Bake in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius for about 35 to 40 minutes. I like mine more set, so I go closer to 40, sometimes even 45 minutes. But I always check at about 30 minutes. Oven temperatures vary, so be sure to keep an eye on it and check at about 30 to 35 minutes. The brownies look really good. They smell delicious. Allow them to cool completely. Let's slice them up. Today I'm cutting them into 16 pieces. If you like a little something sweet, not a full-size portion, you can always cut them into smaller bite-sized pieces. Look at that texture. Now let's taste. That is delicious. Fudgy, the texture. These are so great for meal prep. You can make them and enjoy them throughout the week. You can keep them in the freezer and they last for a long time. Gracie's really excited about these brownies. Keep them in the refrigerator. I actually really enjoy them cold. And if you freeze them, cut them into pieces, they make a great ice cream mix-in.